Okay. Hi folks, it's Evil here from Thundermist Lure Company. Great to see you and welcome to today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. Had to get my line out there. I am excited to get a lure wet today. I'm fishing with the Stingnose. We have got a gorgeous, gorgeous day upon us. And today I'm going to be looking for walleye and bass. See what we can come up with. And right now, I'm going to start off shallow. I don't know where these fish are holding, how deep they are, but I'm going to work the 20-foot range, maybe go down to 15 feet. And from there, if the fish are not holding in this shallower water, I'll start to make my way out a little bit deeper. So that's going to be the strategy today, working this Stingnose back to the boat. So glad you could join me, folks. So stay tuned. He hit right at the boat. Nice, solid hit. I have no idea now. He's not jumping. He's not coming to the surface. So it might be a walleye, but he's starting to fight like a bass. So I have a funny feeling it's a bass. He's fighting like a bass right now. Where's my net? But we shall see. The thing is, this water is so murky. I'm going to talk. Oh, there he goes. Okay, it was a bass. Okay, so the water is extremely murky here. I'm in 22 feet right now. I went into 15. It's worse in there. We had some rain and thunderstorms, and the water close to shore here, very murky. That's why I put the gold Stingnose on, but it's a little bit too murky. I can just barely see my prop down there, so visibility is not the greatest. So I'm going to give this spot about 5 more minutes. That was the first hit, but I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to head out into deeper water and see if I can find some cleaner water somewhere here along the shores of Lake Erie. But I'll give it 5 more minutes in this spot. Then I'm going to go look for some cleaner water out deeper. Never fails. Take your lunch out, get a bite. Okay, we're out here in 25 feet. I just moved out from the shoreline. I just moved away from the shoreline into some cleaner water. And the wind is calming a bit right now, which it was supposed to pick up, so I don't know what's going on with the wind, but I decided, because it's cleaner water, pardon me, cleaner water and bright sun, I went with the silver Stingnose, and I scaled down to the 3/4 ounce, pardon me, and I used the peanut bunker. And a few casts in, and whack, I got my first hit now. Oh, it's a nice walleye. Yes, that's what we wanted right there, folks. That's a nice walleye. Oh, yeah. That is one nice Stingnose walleye right there. He, folks, got stung. He got stung. And look at that. Right in the mouth. Like, he just nailed it. He just nailed it. Okay. Let's get this guy. You know what? That's worth a photo, I think, right there. What do you think, folks? That's worth a photo for Facebook and Instagram. Let's do that and get right back at you here. Okay, that was a nice little photo op. Just my Stingnose just stopped suddenly, and that's when I set the hook on him. But look at that chunk. Oh, that's a nice walleye. That is a nice chunky walleye right there. Look at that. Okay, he's gonna go right in the box. That's actually what I'm preferring to jig out here for, are the walleye. Now mind you, if we get some bass in between, that's okay. It's okay, because I don't mind catching both, but I do want to get some walleye today. All right, now I probably should have marked that spot, because where there's one, there's more. Or maybe all I should have done is taken my lunch out earlier, and that would have done the trick too. But okay, right now we're in 28 feet of water, and I'm gonna just work this Stingnose back. Now, how heavy you go, I mean, if you can't feel the bottom, if the wind were to pick up and I'm having trouble feeling bottom, I would bounce up to a 1 ounce, even 1.5 ounces, depending, and also depending how deep you are. So right now I'm not that deep, and I'm able to feel bottom because it's not that windy. And anyone can use this method. It's really easy to work the Stingnose. Just cast it out and bounce it back. Let it hit bottom, lift it up, bounce it back. And if you keep an eye on your line, or you'll feel a little tick, or you'll see your line suddenly stop falling, just set the hook right away, because that's a hit. Okay, so that was exciting. Now maybe I'll take a minute and grab my lunch, but I can't right now because I'm too excited. I'm gonna have to work this at least back to the boat. Now when it comes back to the boat, you can vertically jig straight up and down. And if we had, by the way, if we had a stronger wind and a faster drift, you could just do that. You don't have to cast it, but today I'm gonna cast and retrieve and bounce it back. So far it's working. What the? You're not gonna believe this. Really? That's look at that. That's a small, that is one small bass right there. Wow. He hit that big Stingnose. Unbelievable. All right, we're just gonna get you right back in, Mr. Smalley. But look at that little bass. I mean, it's nice to see those small bass. And I've drifted into 25 feet of water. He gave me an aggressive hit, actually. I was really surprised, but I didn't expect to get that. I actually thought it was a perch. Okay, back out we go. Let out some line, 24 feet. We're getting a little shallower. I might go a little bit more and then go back up for another drift. Right at the boat, I was just ready to lift it up. And thump, he just hit it. So I am using 20-pound braided line with a 10-pound fluorocarbon leader. And you don't need 20, but 20 is so thin you could easily get it on your, oh yeah, that's another nice walleye. You could easily get it on your line, on your spinning reel. There's another nice walleye. Oh yeah, now that is a perfect, whoops, almost catch and release walleye. That's one thing about these rubber nets. Oh, did you see that? Okay, so just get that out. Yes, look at that. It's a nice walleye. Hey, isn't that a nice walleye? Not as big as that last one, but that's just a nice. That is a real nice eater right there. Okay. Oh, easy there, Mr. Wally. All right, I'm gonna put him in the live well. So, what's happened was, of course, I finished my sandwich, and another walleye got stung. See why they got stung? Because the hook is right at the nose of the Stingnose. So that's why we say they got stung, because these fish, they're hitting the head, and that's where the hook is, and they got stung. But what's happened is, of course, I finished my sandwich, which was great, and then what happened? The winds finally finished shifting, and now they've started to come out of the southwest. And just as they've done that, it just started to turn the bite back on again. So sometimes you got to change the conditions. We started off murky water, moved out to clearer water, it was a bit calm. I slowed the jig down a bit, and now the winds has picked up out of the southwest, and it's turned the bite back on again. I'm going to keep working this peanut bunker to see if I can get into some more of those beautiful Lake Erie walleye. But if you haven't, if you've only trolled for walleye, tell you what, give jigging a try. This little wind shift and chop, and now with this cloud kind of starting to move in, is just what the doctor ordered, because these fish are turning on. This happens to be a bass. I saw him jump away out there, but another fish got stung. And as you know, as you've seen, I am not tipping the Stingnose. I'm fishing them the way they are. But I do like to tip. I do like to tip my jigging spoons, because it changes the fall and you add a little bit of scent. But right now these fish are aggressive. They're hitting, and I'm not tipping it with anything. Oh, this is a nice fish. I'm just fishing the Stingnose just the way it is. Okay. Oh, they're strong. They are really strong. I'm telling you, these are strong fish. You can tell the difference between a bass and a walleye. Okay, just lighten up on my drag just a bit there. Okay, let's take a look at this fish anyway. He feels heavy. Feels like a decent, really feels like a decent fish. And he's not bad. Not bad. 2-pounder maybe. Okay. Wow, he's stronger than the size of them, that's for sure. These fish are really strong. Okay, and he just got stung just perfectly right in the side of the mouth. Perfect spot, no worse for wear. Nice smallie. Back in he goes. Okay. Yeah, this is just what the doctor ordered. Nice chop. When the wind shifted, the clouds came in. And I think that's going to just make the world of difference now, because that bite came like minutes after that walleye. So things are starting to heat up now very, very nicely. I'm loving it. And you know what? We wait for this all winter long. We're sitting at home with that lousy weather, waiting for the good weather to show up. When you get yourself a nice day, get out on the water, have some fun, get a line wet. That's what I'm doing today. I want to thank you ever so much for joining me on today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. As always, folks, until next time, good luck and good fishing.